Boys, today we are hitting legs. I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you guys how to grow your legs, because I used to have ridiculously skinny legs and it used to bother me. I used to be really insecure about it for a very long time. And when you genetically have an awful body part and then you manage to make it somewhat impressive, then people obviously ask how. And I've had loads of people ask how, in person, online, how to grow your legs. So today's video is going to be me hitting legs at a new gym. I've been here before, but it's not, maybe been here like 3 or 4 times. Really good gym for legs. But I just thought I'd take the opportunity to run through how I train legs, why I do certain things, and hopefully you'll gain some value. First exercise, always is a non-negotiable if you want big legs. The adductor. If you don't know what the adductor does, that muscle that goes down the inner side of your leg, it thickens up your leg from a different angle in which your quads and hamstrings can. So it is a non-negotiable. We're on this adductor, right? Bro, I don't know if you can fucking see. I've got 4 plates stacked on top of the stack right now. And I still think this is gonna be too light. You're gonna have to find more weight, boys. It's a nice ego stroke though, fuck me. Take 3 off. Always do adductor and then a hamstring curl. So this one's like a kneeling hamstring curl. It doesn't matter what hamstring curl you do, whichever one you enjoy, whichever one feels good, whichever one you can, really contract your hamstrings hard on. Seated is probably your best option. I'm using this kneeling one today because I'm at a new gym. I don't train here all the time. I like to use new bits of kit, when I haven't had the chance to use them before. And it feels good. Done a few warm-up sets. I like to do hamstring curls before my squatting, hack squatting, leg pressing, whatever it is I choose to do for that day. The reason for that is it makes my knees feel nice and warm. Not only that, when you do your hack squat or your leg press or your barbell squats or anything like that, you probably find that after you've done those movements, you feel fucked and then you don't want to do anything else because you feel fucked. What I choose to do is get all the isolation stuff out of the way first. That way I can go into my heavy movements. For one, being nice and warmed up, but 2, feeling like I can push myself to the limits on those and not have to do loads of exercises after. Always start on my right side because it's weaker. I feel very fucking exposed from this angle, but there's nowhere else to put this camera. This angle is a little bit more acceptable. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I don't count, right? That's one thing that I don't do. I don't count reps. I don't want to think about counting reps. I just want to focus on the contraction. People are too obsessed with counting this and counting that. And what they do is through the counting, they lose connection to the muscle. And then counting becomes oblivious. And it becomes a pointless exercise. Leg extension, right? Again, isolation before the compound, right? We can do this and then I'm gonna head into my hack squat after. That's what we're gonna do after this. We've already got a bit of blood in the quads. So knee joint's gonna be safer, the movement's gonna feel better. Bro, you know a leg extension's fucking serious business when it's got a seat belt strapping into a private jet. For some added detail for you nosy little fuckers, the way I do leg extension is I try not to think about moving the weight up. What I think about is just actively feeling the contraction come throughout my whole quad, right? So I'm just thinking about engaging it at the top and letting that contraction go all the way down from the top of the quad through the mid to the lower, and I'm trying to control every part of the movement, in particular that little bit at the bottom, because you're going to get a nice stretch and a leg extension, and obviously making sure we hold that squeeze at the top. God, I felt fucking good. You know what, boys, if there was 2 things, right, that I could solely credit down to growing my legs: range of motion, getting the largest range of motion possible on any movement, a leg extension. The adductors, you saw I went nice and wide on those. You'll see it on my squat patterns, I'm gonna go nice and deep. Range of motion, intensity. Those 2 things are it. That's all you need. You don't need to worry about how many sets to do. You don't need to worry about what rep range should I fall in, because as long as you use full range of motion and you train at a high intensity and you push yourself as close to failure and beyond as you possibly can get, your legs will grow. I would recommend 10 to 15. That's kind of where I like to train. You can go higher, you can go slightly lower.
But for me, most of my work in that 10 to 15 range is golden. The thing is, if you go too much heavier, you start stressing your knees, and you don't want to do that. And that's when you start running into joint problems, which again, I've done because I've gone too heavy. You want to get strong, but not moving weight for 4 or 5 reps. You're not going to get anything out of that. I'm going to get 20 reps on this, whether it fucking kills me or not.
You're going to see me attack this set with pure fucking venom, right? This is 4 plates aside on the Cybex hack for 20 reps. I mean, I got to about 8 or 9 reps on this set, and I thought, shit, this feels a little bit heavier than what I thought it was going to feel. You're going to notice that these reps are fairly quick. I am taking a slight pause at the top, only to reset and engage. There's a lot of people, right, that go by this. You have to keep the muscle constantly under tension. And it's like, yeah, I could do. I could not take a rest at the top. I could keep the tension on the movement for the whole time. And that's one way of doing it. Personally, I can do that, and I've done that in the past. But sometimes I just want to pick a number of reps that I want to achieve. And if it takes me 3 or 4 seconds in between reps of breathing to make it to that goal that I've set for myself, I'm more than happy to do that. You know, I'm more than happy to just, you know, every once in a while, and this is obviously me at a new gym, so I'm not familiar with the equipment, to just set myself a goal and fucking go for it. Because not everything has to be about tension all the time. Like, this set in itself is going to fucking elicit so much stimulus for hypertrophy. It's a fucking joke. And you're going to see as I get towards the end of this set, the reps get harder. The reps get harder. I'm fucking struggling for breath. And these are the sets that will build you big legs. They're the ones that will put fucking hairs on your chest because you desperately do not want to do them for the fucking life of you. Anyway, I'm going to let you listen to the excruciating pain I suffered towards the end of it.
Shit. I do feel like I'm going to die. But I did get 20. Give me a sec. So you want to know the secret. You want to know what you need to do. What's to certain exercise or rep range or workout to get big legs because you're struggling? The real simple answer, there is no fucking secret. You just watch The Secret, pushing yourself beyond what you thought you could previously do. And that, over a long period of time, I've been fucking stringing sets like that together for 4 years, to the point where I'm throwing up. I went through a period of training legs where I threw up, man. I threw up every week for like 3 months, training legs so hard. And it winds me up because people go, have you just got good genetics, bro? Your legs just grow easily. And it's like, fucking hell, if you knew what I had to do to grow these legs, you wouldn't want to do the same. I put myself to the point where I've passed out training legs and I've fucking thrown up, down myself, because I'm incapable of moving. But people don't want to hear that. People want, what supplement can I take? Food to weight, what's the workout split? And it's like, you are looking for something that isn't there. The answer is always in the work you're not doing. Do the hard work. Do the things which somebody goes, oh, I don't want to do that. Training advice which helped me was, I used to think, what is the one thing I don't want to do today in the gym? And I was like, right, I'm going to do that today. I didn't want to do 20 reps on a hack squat. I thought, oh, I'll go heavy. But I recognized that thought in myself. And I thought, that's the one thing you don't want to do. That's the one thing that's going to grow you the most. So that's the answer, boys. Train really fucking hard. And last, and certainly least, leg press. I get to this part of the session, I'm just absolutely fucking fried. So I've only got 5 25s aside, but I really just want to feel this in that upper quad region. My lower quads are quite good. I want to build the rec fem up a little bit more, which is just that little bit of muscle that goes across the top of the quad, just to thicken my legs up. Again, like every movement we've done today, slow, deep, aggression, making sure that we're connecting with the quads here. So
I am not a massive fan of a leg press, but you know what? I quite like this one because I can get full depth on it. And for me, full depth is not 90 degrees. We're talking about borderline getting your, if you can, getting your calf to touch your hamstring. And for me, this leg press allows me to do it, and it all goes through my quads. And I'm all about that internal stimulus, right? What I can feel. And for me, I'm finding that I fire this exercise right from the top of my quad, like I said I was going to do just when I was speaking before this. So this was fucking beautiful. This felt really good. Really, really fucking good.
We are finito. Let's have a look at the old quadzillas. Yeah, we've got a decent bit of blood in them. You see, you don't have to do much, but what you do, you need to make sure that you do really hard. Need more hamstring for sure, but the work you do, make sure it's hard, you know, don't half-ass it, because you're not gonna get anything out of it. You're already making the commitment to train legs. Why not put everything you've got into it and invest yourself fully in the process? So, no more skinny legs, you little bitches.